Hey folks, welcome back to West Virginia Cryptids and Strange Encounters. Last weekend I was in an area at Chestnut Ridge with our friend Tammy. Today we're back out in that area. As you can see, we've got some fresh snow. It's fallen over the past couple of days. Right now it's fairly decent outside. It's like in the low 20s. Wind's kind of calm, but we have a pretty nasty impending storm coming. Huh, I don't know what that was. Hear that? Oh no, did that? Hopefully that picked up. That was pretty interesting. Don't know if it was an animal or, I mean, the interstate is a couple miles that way, so maybe something from the interstate. But we're in the same area here at Chestnut Ridge. We wanted to come out, look for tracks in the snow. Tammy is actually over there in an overhang. We set up a little shelter there and got a fire started to get warm. I wanted to take and go up around the backside of that overhang and check out a couple other slots up here. As you can see, there's cool places anything can hide here. But yeah, you can see I don't know if you can see it. Right. There's smoke coming from up there. That's we're got our fire in there. But yeah, we're back in the same spot where we explored and thought we found hair. Well, I just want to give an update. After we had a look at it and was able to separate it from the bark and stuff, it was not hair. Sadly, it was some type of plant material. But you never know. You have to take those chances, explore, find things, and sometimes you find stuff, sometimes you don't. But today we're here mainly because of the snow. We want to see if we find any tracks. So far we haven't found anything but small critter tracks, some coyote tracks. And plus we want to find a decent spot to set up like a camp to do like a night ops kind of investigation later on. And yeah, well, you can see here, right back in that hole right there. I don't know if you can see the smoke coming out right there. Yeah, Tammy's in there. And they're getting warm, keeping the fire going. And I'm checking out a couple of these crevices, slots, whatever you want to call them. Like this one. That's way back up in there. We didn't get to explore them all. But there's also one. Let me see if I can turn you around. And there's also one in front of me. Let me see if I can turn you around and try to get up in it. All right, here's the slot I want to check out. I've been following these tracks in here, following around. There's some kind of little animal. Can't tell because there's been a fresh snowfall over them. But whatever it was there's tracks here and there. And I'm thinking I can see maybe prints here, little pad prints. Let me take a look. Oh, it's like, I'm not sure. But I want to get back in there. I want to try to climb this little face here. It's about, 4 or 5 feet tall, 6 feet tall. Get up over that. And I can hear Tammy down there stoking the fire. Tammy, did you find that wood up there in there? Yeah, she must. I can hear it breaking. All right, I'm gonna try to get up here. So just give me a minute and let me, climb this wall here. All right, I made it. Again, I can't tell exactly what these tracks are. But I've been following them. I think they look like they're going the opposite direction, which I am. And if you go straight back there and down to the right, that's where we've got our fire set up. A little bit of a tight fit. Not too bad. Wow, check out that. Yeah, we didn't explore this part last time. As you can see, these tracks, whatever they are, they're everywhere. They're a little critter. Sorry for the sniffing, folks. It is cold. I don't know if you can see back there. They're going up through there. Might be a good place. Put a couple game cameras just to give us an idea of what little creatures we're dealing with. See what's in the area. Oh, here's another one. Let's go back this way. Yeah, let's go check this out. Let's turn it around though. Let's give a different perspective on this one. Let's see what it looks like me going through. It's not as narrow as the last one, but let's try this one. There's a hole. I hear you. That's a raven, or a crow, I mean. I had one there. A little bit of a incline. Oh. Yeah, it is. I found some. It's got to be a bobcat. I found actual paw prints. It looks like, I mean, I think it's a bobcat print. Let me turn you around. I mean, they're not very, very clear, but I'm pretty sure that is a bobcat. It's been roaming everywhere. All down through there. Oh, I know where I'm at now. Here's that slot we went into last week. It was up through there. Yeah. That one there is way too narrow for me, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting through that one. Big dead trees. Yeah, but I think our little critter that I'm been walking around, chasing, I guess you'd say, the tracks, I think it's a bobcat. That's the first time I've seen anything that looked like a actual solid print. The rest of them are covered with a little bit thin layer of snow. But yeah, no Bigfoot tracks, nothing bigger than that so far. But we're going to explore a little more once Tammy's all warm, and we're going to check out an area. We want to set up, find a place where we can set up for a nighttime observation or investigation, whatever you want to call it there. I'm gonna make my way back down to the little cave where we got the fire going. I'm already warming. I don't need a fire. I'm hot walking around here. Got too many clothes on. Oh, you can see. Oh, come over here. Something peed over here. I can see it. Yeah, something is setting right here. Here's a good track. Now see, that looks canine to me there. That looks like it might be like a coyote track, but there's definitely pee there. And they've been walking the log. Yeah, that's definitely canine there. The other one back here looked like it was a bobcat or something. We don't have the wind like we did last week. Yeah, we were never over in this area, so I wanted to kind of check some of it out. All right, I better head back to Tammy so she ain't freaking out. And then we'll go from there. We'll both get out here and do a little bit more exploring. Let's go ahead and make my way back up here to where Tammy's at. Show you our little hidey hole we have up here. Whew, I slipped and about fell right there. Stepped on a buried stick. A pretty cool rock overhang we found last time that we're taking a shelter in and keep warm and then venturing a little bit. Let me get up the hill here. All right, here it is. Tammy must have went exploring. Oh, I wish we brought our walkie-talkies. So we know where we are. Each other are. We forgot them. All right, I'm gonna get down here and wait on her. All right, I just gave Tammy a call. She's out that way hiking. I was out this way. We're exploring. She was doing the same thing I was, following the tracks, and she was able to confirm that what she was following on that side are coyote tracks. Most of what I was over here following, I believe, are coyote tracks, except for that one up along the edge of the rock. There's a couple of those that I could see pretty well. They look like feline. They may have been bobcat, but again, like I said, the fresh layer of snow on there. Who knows? Could be just covered up coyote tracks too. Yeah, this is our little. It's kind of smoky now because I put some wood on there. Our little humble abode here. Let me turn you around and show you it.
See, around this corner.
Yeah, I was around. That's where I was at. When I get back through here and go up around, and
the two big overhang. I mean, they're gorgeous.
Maybe I didn't go there. Because when I went behind us here, I went to the left and went back, and it opens up to one that goes left to right. And there was a couple real gnarly, big trees on the side of the rocks, and they were pretty awesome. I haven't seen nothing but small critter tracks though. Here's where we're taking up shelter, folks. I put that cherry bark on there. It kind of smoked us out, but this is our shelter. We come up here night ops. This is probably where we'll take up shelter. You know, unless we go out. You all right? There you go. You want your cushion?
I'm kind of hot at the moment.
I am too. I'm sweating. I got pretty hot. Here it goes.
Ah, yes.
I found a couple nice dead trees over there. It's got some bark on it, and
yeah. And I went down that way too.
Did you?
Yeah.
There's a couple dead standing ones over there.
I found right down over. There's a little tunnel in.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody had strapped two branches together.
Really?
Yeah.
Not the one we looked at before? What's it strapped together with? Twine or what?
Paracord
Paracord
type stuff. But
like for a cooking tripod or something, or?
No, there's only two.
Only two?
So, I don't know, maybe...
For tarp structure?
Yeah.
I know you can do, when you do that, and then you put your ridge line on it, kind of hold it up, and then you put your tarp across it. Ooh, we got fire going now. I got covered. I was crawling back through holes. I got covered in snow. We did find one report, folks, on the BFRO for this county. I don't know why there's only one, because Tammy and I have taken a few reports ourselves from here, but I think I might try to find exactly where it was. It's a little, I don't know how far we say it's from here. It's a little distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not quite this area, but we have taken reports from this area. I actually talked to a gentleman here, last year, that probably a mile or so from here, said he's seen something big and tall and hairy and black walking out of right of way. Give me a minute here. I'll pull that report up and I'll see if I can read it. All right, folks, here it is. There's it says a Class B report, report number 15475, submitted on August 9, 2006. Hunter describes being paralleled along railroad tracks northeast of Morgantown. The year was 1988, spring, May, Onondaga County. Nearest town, Morgantown. Nearest road, USO, Highway 119. Observed, there are 3 encounters that I have had, not in physical or in other words, I did not have a visual sighting, but had heard weird behavior in the woods. To begin with, I'm 40 years old, responsible adult male, and I have not told anyone about these encounters or experiences that I have had for fear of being ridiculed and or being labeled as loony by my friends, family, and the community. I found this website many years ago on my own by accident and was surprised to read about others who had the same experiences as I had. I finally found the courage to tell you what happened to me. I have been in and lived near the woods all my life. In my family, hunting is a tradition. All the animal noises and natural sounds of the woods I know and I'm familiar with, and have honed over time a very acute sense and perception that most hunters have, or any outdoorsman would have honed. I would go squirrel hunting often after work along some railroad tracks that ran just a quarter of a mile from my home at the time. One late fall evening, afternoon, I was just walking with my .22 rifle at the ready quietly along the tracks when I heard a sudden and rustling of leaves in the woods, when I suddenly stopped and stood motionless while I scanned the woods, with my eyes looking for the source of the noise, thinking it might be a large gray squirrel or fox squirrel. After a while, I did not hear anything more, so I moved on. Now I have hunted alone many times and had never been afraid of anything, but just after I had moved on, I began to hear what sounded like footsteps in the woods just behind me and parallel me, 50 to 75 feet away. At first, I thought of a deer or a dog or a person walking up in the woods, and after a few minutes, I decided to call out to whoever may be there and let them know that I was there, and I was there for safety precautions. Well, there was no reply, and I called out a couple more times just to be sure. No reply. So it was about half hour before sunset, I was compelled to call it quits for the day and head back to my truck, which was parked about a mile back near the railroad. Whatever it was proceeded to follow me, keeping pace with me at a parallel distance of 50 feet. It became more and more clear whatever it was heavy and big. For several times along the way back, I heard loud, heavy branches breaking and heavy footfalls that I know had not have been a deer or bear. There has not been a bear seen in the area that I was hunting for a long time, and I can remember, nor have I had ever found any signs of one in the area. Now, I mean, I can confirm, and Tammy can confirm, there are a bear in this area because we seen a few last year. Every time I would stop, it would stop, and when I would move, it moved. This went on until I came to the area near where my truck was parked and was an open field, Whatever it was followed me right up to where the wood line was about to the end and the field began. The other encounter happened in the same area only a year or two later, and this time the unknown animal was shadowing me on the other side of the tracks. Between the tracks and I was a river. Wait a minute. Folks, I'm having a hard time reading this because there's no punctuation and some of the words are wrong. Was shadowing me on the other side of the tracks. Between the tracks and I was on the river. Okay, I'm lost on that one. There was a heavy growth of rhododendron bushes that ran the entire length of the shelf of land that was about 50 yards wide from the river to the tracks. There is an embankment that is an accent of 75 feet. From the rhododendron bushes to the tracks above where I was at, I could see the wake that this thing was making from time to time through the rhododendron bushes, for it was right in the middle of them as it was keeping up with me, which was remarkable to me how it did that without exposing itself in some manner. But again, I thought through all the possibilities of what it could be, for there are a few animals that could follow you for a mile, stopping and starting in sync with you every step. I never saw any part of it as it moved through the bush, and even though I could see a wake made by the branches as it moved through the thick brush, it was only here and there. Mostly it was as if a large contortionist was moving through that heavy with the brush with the utmost of ease. The third time was near Spruce Knob in Pocahontas County. Okay, so he's had a couple of sightings. One was in not here in Mon County. I'll go ahead and read that one as well. The third time was near Spruce Knob in Pocahontas County, West Virginia. While on a field trip for a summer class I was taking in the spring of 2003, some of my fellow classmates and I were outside one night trying to call in barred owls. After some minutes later, we heard a few in the pine trees near our camp returning our calls. We were having fun with our success when calling them in, and after 30 minutes, we had called in 4 or 5 in the pine trees that bordered the road across the road from the camp. Then all of a sudden, while in the act of making more calls, we heard a huge commotion up on the hill about 75 yards from us, and it sounded like a couple of huge guys romping around making the barred owl call. We all stood there trying to make out what it was, but could not see anything. Someone shined a flashlight in the direction of the sound, and they ceased immediately. We did not hear anything more on the hill that night. I do know for sure what it could have been, but would not rule out that it could have been a Bigfoot. Like I said, folks, some of the it's kind of hard to read. Also notice, I did not smell any bad or foul smells, heavy footfalls, and large branches breaking. Other witness, myself, on the first 2 encounters, and my fellow classmates, the 3rd encounters. Other stories, no, not in Mon County or where I was hunting in the first 2 encounters. Time and conditions, the first 2 encounters were at dusk, and the 3rd was late at night, around 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. Environment, many hardwoods, conifers, low brush, rhododendron bushes, etc. That explains why at the top where it's got dates, it says 1988 to 2003. Apparently he had a couple or 3 different experiences. Because I was kind of lost why up here it says spring, May, and then in his report here it says something about fall. Apparently he's had more than 1 encounter. So yeah, there's a report from somewhat of this area, but not too close, but not too far away either. We had to get our fire going again. I was out there cutting up wood, kind of burned down, and the wind kind of blew it out. We got to baton some small stuff down because this. Tried to baton this, but it's like froze solid. Don't want to split very easy. But we got her now. It's starting to go. That storm's starting to move in, folks. We can feel the change in the air. Definitely getting colder. The wind's starting to pick up, coming in from this side. We don't want to get caught up on this mountain because it will get pretty nasty. So we're gonna warm up here for a little bit and probably try to find our spot we'd like to set up night ops in, and then probably head off this hill because it's calling for a good bit of snow plus ice and sleet and freezing rain. Yeah, it's not going to be fun. We're out exploring again, trying to find a good place to do a night ops to sit and watch. We thought about this overhang here, but once you get down sitting in it, you know, because you got some cover there, you really don't have a whole lot of room to actually watch, you know, to view. It's just down through the hole here. So we're going to try to find another one, probably a little higher, maybe up in that area up here, or somewhere down under one of these other ones where we can be able to set up like a hidden shelter, I guess you say, a camouflage shelter, and do a night ops. All right, we're looking at that up there. There's looks like a ledge we might be able to get on. We have to check it out first. We're going to try to weasel our way up through there, but that'll be a pretty high vantage point, and we'll be able to watch all this down here. Having that, and we got to make sure we can get to it safely in and out during the night too. I think probably the easiest way, Tammy, is go right up through here and work our way up. So folks, we are noticing there's a lot of coyote tracks. They are everywhere. The dangerous part about here is you got snow on the ground, you got holes. You don't know if you're stepping in them, sliding on stuff. It's dangerous. I don't know well, how you want to say it. It's sketchy. To walk around, slipping and sliding, hoping we don't fall. Yeah, that ledge right there. I hope that's not a big den right there. We got some coyote tracks. And I'm hoping not to run into a den. Oh, folks, that is steep. Oh. Oh. There it is. I'm gonna try to keep the camera on while I make the ascent here best I can. About fell again. Oh yeah, it's a nice ledge. Nice ledge. All right, folks, I made it. Sorry about that. I slipped and fell, dropped the phone. And we probably could have come around through one of the slots back here, but there it is. Oh, wide open view down through the woods. Better view over here. Tammy's coming up through there now. Camera doesn't do it justice, to be honest with you. That and the snow don't help. But yeah, I think this would be a great position right here. So just come up and set up camp, like a little camp here, and be able to watch all this. See what we can see. Back this way, see what's back here in a minute. What do you think? I think there's an easier way though. I'm pretty sure one of the slots we went through last week brings you out back here. I need to explore that back here and check, but it's pretty flat back through there. So, what do you think?
I like this.
It's a nice little drop. Yeah, definitely don't want to fall off of it. All right. I think this will work. But yeah, let me get ready to explore back here. I'll see if there's another way to come in. Easier way. Instead of climbing that. Because it doesn't, yeah, it just goes around here. I don't know where it goes, but right down my neck. Snow. Oh, we're almost to the top, above the rocks. When we're up here, there's all the brush. Really ain't no way to go that way. So we'd have to come in the way we came, or probably up this way, up through there maybe. I'm not sure which one would be easier. What do you think? You think that way coming up be easier?
Well, yeah.
I mean, we haven't went down or up it, so. What about this here, Tammy? I know we got a backstop here with the boulder, but what about out on here? I mean, we got a good view here, for sure. But we ain't got a windbreak behind us either. Not like up there.
Right.
All right, we think we found the spot we're gonna do, or do our night hops, and it's got a pretty good view. I got a backdrop there to kind of keep the wind off of us. We can set up a little bit of a shelter. Should even be able to have a fire there.
Yeah.
I'd say, even if I bring one of my little stoves.
I was going to say I could bring the stick stove. And,
yeah, we can keep it, contained in a little stove. We should be able to watch all this down here. Oh, snow in my beard, and my neck, and my hood. But yeah, keep an eye out for that video. That's probably going to be a couple weeks, or maybe a little bit more, depending on the weather. This storm coming in is going to dump a lot of snow down the low-lying areas. We're supposed to get anywhere from 8-10 inches, and it'll probably be a foot or more up here. And getting here might be a challenge. And plus, extreme cold. It's supposed to bring in extreme cold temperatures, wind chills, and below zero wind chills, and like single digits and stuff in the evening, and on like teens, I guess, during the day. And it does get way worse up here, especially the wind. So we'll keep you updated, throughout the weeks here. I'll put it on, the comment page and whatnot. And yeah, I think we found what we're looking for. So with that being said, folks, Tammy and I want to thank you for watching the video. Watch us come out here and freeze our butts off today.
Even though it's cold,
yeah,
I'm not miserable.
No, I'm not miserable.
Noses are running.
Yeah, I got a little cold earlier when I got up or got out hiking and got sweaty, and then I got a little bit of a chill, but I'm good now. That's all gone. I mean, that's dangerous, so got to watch doing that. But I knew I had a fire going, so I probably went a little harder than I should have when I was climbing stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. As always, thanks for all your support. And if you haven't subscribed, please do it. I really appreciate it. And we will see you the next time. Bye.